Hey everyone, it's Jeanne Tarazevits from Terabyte Solutions. In this clip from our April webinar, I'll walk you through a three-way match, creating a PO in Fishbowl, receiving goods, entering the vendor bill, and landing your shipping costs for perfect reconciliation. Let's dive in.
Okay, and then the final question was, can you just demonstrate the reconciliation process with a three-way match? Because we also have a process in desktop where we just enter our invoices and they get paid regardless of whether they're inventory related or not. And I've sort of told these guys, look, we may have to take a step back and sort of have two buckets of invoices, since the inventory stuff has to go through Fishbowl and the stuff for the insurance company does not.
The stuff for the insurance company?
Well, like if we get invoices for insurance or things that aren't inventory related, right? There's
none of that needs to go through Fishbowl.
Right. No, I know, but that's what I'm saying is that this is a different process now. Everything was treated the same in desktop, and now it's going to be treated differently in Fishbowl.
Because in order to get it into Fishbowl and to have your costing layers be correct, you're going to start with a purchase order out of Fishbowl.
Yep.
Okay. So let's create a purchase order because this is important stuff. Okay. And so let's go for 50. And my unit cost, and I have a rule here. This is where I start lecturing people. We never send a purchase order out at 0 because they're not giving it to me for free. And in Fishbowl, if we receive it and don't get around to reconciling it and it gets consumed, then we don't have the opportunity to fix the cost in the reconciliation process. And so then we're introducing bad layers. So purchasing will often come back and say, but I don't know how much it's going to cost exactly. And I said, it's better to be 10% wrong than 100% wrong.
Right.
So go for close at all times so that you are not having an issue. So now I have an issued purchase order, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to receive, and I want to set my module options, my user permissions, such that my operations people receive but cannot
reconcile.
Or the bigger danger is to hit the fulfill button because it's a friendly blue check mark. Right?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to come in. So now my purchasing agent's done my contract with the PO. My operations people have received the quantity and hopefully verified the quantity. And then my accounting people are going to come in here and reconcile. So here's where I put my bill number.
Okay.
And my bill date, and this is important. Sometimes there are some exceptions and I'm okay with it, but my bill date should always be the date I receive it, because QuickBooks is highly date sensitive and Fishbowl's not.
Okay.
So what's going to happen when I receive this and export it, it's in QuickBooks Online, it's going to accrue for it by hitting the quote unquote holding account. Terrible name for an account, but that's what Fishbowl named it. Unless we intervene and give it a better name. Okay. This is also where I get to change the billed cost in case it's different. Okay. And of course, it is that accounting / payables person's universe to resolve these differences with the vendor or with the purchasing agent, et cetera, right?
Right.
Okay. So now here is where I get to add additional costs. So I have a shipping charge and the vendor charged me for it. And so I'm going to leave this box checked, add item to vendor bill. Okay. But I can have other kinds of charges that are coming through a third party. So I'm just going to go for customs duty here, and that's going to come from a third party. And I'm going to uncheck this box. And what will happen is it will, that $500 will end up in, because I have separate accounts, accrued landed costs. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So on the next screen, it's going to ask me, how do I want to spread my shipping charge? So I can spread that $60 over both items, or I could cost it to one item, or I could not land it at all and just expense it. Those are my choices.
Okay, so I can allocate my shipping charge to my to what I'm buying,
Uh-huh,
to my inventory.
uh-huh. And that
Okay,
increases my inventory.
okay.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and let this one go. We're going to allocate it based on relative cost, or we can, actually, I'll make it quantity just for fun. Next, and now it's going to ask me how I want to spread my customs duty. And I'm going to pretend that only one of these is subject to customs duty, which is the top line. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and let it allocate the entire $500 to the top line.
Okay.
Okay. And then it's going to give me a summary. This is what I was billed. This is my landed cost. And then these are the items that were used to calculate landed cost. And then my bill total is going to be the $80 plus the actual part cost. And then right here, it says that $500 is not on the bill. That $500 will end up in accrued landed cost.
And that's how you reconcile and land costs in Fishbowl. If you found this helpful, hit thumbs up, subscribe for more Fishbowl tips, and click the link below to book a free consultation with me. See you next time.